I gloried in the freedom of the university. Of course, I had no idea what a university is. It is not a river to be fished. It's an ocean in which the young should bathe and give themselves up to the tides and the currents. What makes a great university? Great minds. Since 1827, great minds have met and flourished at the University of Toronto. In its classrooms, in its labs, in its libraries. Our strength and our future. Great minds are the University of Toronto. Students are drawn to the university by the certainty that they will work and study with outstanding professors. Like English professor Marshall McLuhan, who in the 60s taught us a new way to think about media. His phrase, the global village, has become a part of the world's vocabulary.
Well, you don't know anything about Marshall McLuhan's work.
Really? I happen to teach a class at Columbia called TV, Media, and Culture. So I think that my insights into Mr. McLuhan, well, have a great deal of validity.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny, because I happen to have Mr. McLuhan right here. Come over here a second.
Oh,
Tell him.
I heard what you were saying. You know nothing of my work. You mean my whole fallacy is wrong. How you ever got to teach a course in anything is totally amazing.
The world of ideas and the world of discovery is a global enterprise. Ideas know no boundaries. The University of Toronto is Canada's greatest contribution to that universe of international universities, that network of individual scholars, a network of institutions working, pushing the process of discovery to the absolute limits.
In 1923, Frederick Banting and John MacLeod won the Nobel Prize for their discovery of insulin, the treatment for diabetes.
Dear Dr. Banting, I wish you could come to see me. I'm a fat boy now and I feel fine. I can climb a tree.
The discovery of insulin created Connaught Laboratories. Today, more than 72 companies and thousands of jobs have resulted from U of T research. This research not only creates industry, it creates headlines. Davidson Black discovered the skull of the Peking man in 1929. The first electronic cardiac pacemaker was developed by W.G. Bigelow. In 1930, the infant cereal Pablum was invented by Tisdale, Drake, and Brown. Suzo Wilson produced the first glacial map of Canada. Apollo 13 astronauts returned safely to Earth in 1970 with the help of U of T scientists. Wilbur Franks designed the anti-blackout suit in 1942, saving the lives of Allied pilots during World War II. Today, astronauts wear spacesuits based on Frank's original design.
Dr. Bondar, this is not a young astronaut. This is the president speaking now, but I just want to say how pleased we are that you, representing Canada, are a fundamental part of this. And I think in a wonderful way it shows the strength of ties between our two great countries.
U of T feels like a small liberal arts college, but it's a leading international research university. There isn't another university like it.
What's going on here is giving people an idea of what's important and what isn't, telling people what sort of style makes for success in academic work in general. You can paint with a fine brush or you can paint with a broad brush, and you should do something in between. And that's the sort of thing we can offer and that holds people here.
Scholars are trained to draw threads together, to interpret in a much deeper way what's happening, to go behind the scenes and understand why events are occurring, not simply to tell the story of what events are occurring.
Researchers at U of T are creating tomorrow's knowledge, and just maybe, tomorrow's cures.
There is no question U of T is committed to the highest level of researchers doing the best research.
U of T's libraries rank second only to Harvard's in new acquisitions. From the Thomas Fisher Rare Book Library to the new Information Commons, we're creating the library of the future.
There's truly state-of-the-art equipment available to students right from the first stages of their education. Since many people don't know, the first electron microscope in all of North America was designed and built down the street in our physics department by 3 graduate students. Many of the world's experts said if they knew how difficult this project was before they started, they would have never begun.
There isn't a part of the world that isn't touched by the work of the men and women of the University of Toronto.
Book prizes are not really, they're not like sporting events. There's nothing you can do to prepare for them. Not having sex the night before doesn't help.
The University of Toronto just produces outstanding graduates who are capable of working in the global economy. They're capable of understanding different cultures. They're capable of working in a very broad-based economy.
To see all of the different collaborative voices now from all of the different communities, races, religions, ethnic backgrounds, coming together, exchanging, teaching each other. Just the experience of knowing that it isn't just about you, everybody isn't like you, everybody hasn't had your experiences, is very important in an intellectual atmosphere.
You gather at a place, and a university is only as good as its students, and maybe they're only as good as the professors. So, you know, it's a gathering together of creative minds.
I think the people that really are the great minds are the sort of the innovators, the changers, the real shakers. And those are the sort of people that mold the future.
You come in with this potential. It's fostered at U of T. You discover who you are, how far you can push your mind, to what limits you can take it, and to go beyond those limits. And then you come out and you do for yourself, you do for your community, you do for those around you, and you unleash that potential.
Developing that kind of potential is what makes U of T such a great university.
We're nurturing talent because talent drives everything. Without talent, society is lost. I mean, talent designs buildings, it writes books, talent creates pictures, paintings. Talent creates. It's the creative force behind imagination and vision. Talent is the engine which drives society. And so that's what this university is all about.
The ingredients of a great university are very simple. It takes remarkable faculty, it takes intensely loyal and committed staff, it takes sensational students, and it takes stunningly generous friends.
It's a great university.